Last year I was stuck at home alone. The whole city was hit by a rainstorm and I was inside for nearly 24 hours. Windows were broken and roofs were blown off, the news showed. At night, power outages began to occur frequently. I continued watching the news on my cell phone, when suddenly I heard a loud knock at the door. Maybe someone was visiting, but when I looked outside, there was no one there. After a while the rain continued to fall heavily, I suddenly thought I heard a voice outside. Looking out the window, I caught a glimpse of a figure in the dim light for just a moment. After that, the house was quiet and I took refuge in my bedroom upstairs. I spent the night feeling overwhelmed by anxiety and fear. Police arrived the next morning to find only wet shoe prints and no other evidence inside the house. Was the intruder looking for something, or was he just playing a prank? There is still much mystery about what happened that night. After that, she began working as a temporary housekeeper for her parents' new home. The spacious house was empty and a little creepy. But as I was taking a breather in the garden, a man appeared out of the mist in the distance. I didn't know what he was doing, but after a while he disappeared again. The night was eerie and I fell asleep before anything happened. However, one night, I suddenly woke up and felt someone wandering around outside my window. I looked out the window and saw someone turn off the lights and disappear into the mist. Although I couldn't see the person's intentions from the window, I felt unsafe because of the suspicious person's presence. These experiences made me realize how important it is to be on guard against unexpected visitors from outside when spending the night alone. A few days later, a mysterious incident was reported on the local news. There had been several disappearances in the neighborhood. As I was watching the news, I heard another noise outside my house. My heart was pounding, and I gathered the courage to gently open the window curtains and saw that creepy man standing motionless in front of my house. The moment our eyes met, he smiled and disappeared into the mist. The next morning, there were suspicious footprints in the garden and a piece of paper with my name written on it. From that day on, I was afraid to be alone at night. A few weeks after the incident, the silence of the night was shattered by another knock at my door. Trembling with fear, I peeked through the spy hole in the door and saw the man from before standing there. I had no idea how he got the address or what he wanted. I called the police with a trembling voice, but the man had already disappeared before they arrived. The next day, there was another note in front of the house that said, "See you again." The strange happenings continued after that, but there was no direct contact. But I felt that he was still somewhere watching over me, and I never felt safe again. One night, after having been unable to sleep properly for days due to anxiety, I again heard noises around the house. I was so scared that I didn't even dare look through the window this time. But the next moment, a small noise began to be heard in the house. It was as if someone was walking around the room. I hid, holding my breath, but then everything suddenly became quiet. So I quietly went to check on the situation. In the living room, there was a piece of paper with my name on it again on the table. However, this time, the message was added, "You are not alone." I felt like someone was in the house and couldn't sleep that night, as suspicious events occur one after another. I wonder what the man's true purpose is and where he got my information from.